century blue.
Dance in Libraries is a 2-year project, and this is our 2nd year and our final year of doing this in Teddington and Hampton. We've had Straybird, an artist collective resident in Hampton Library this year, which is Becky Edmonds and Lucy Cash, and then a further collaborator being Sheila Galani.
So basically we've been in residence for a few months, and we've been asking ourselves 2 questions in the main. And one of the questions is, how does a library move? And the other question is, what happens if we think of the library itself as a book? So essentially you would go into the library through the foyer, and then you're invited to pick up almost like a map or an index card, and on that are various page numbers, and then you have to find the page numbers in the library. And they're sort of objects, but they're also carefully placed sound installations as well that might affect and move your body.
As artists, we think about every piece of work we make on different levels. So there are layers to it which different people might experience. So for the library user coming to see some patterns of current, it might be that they engage with it just as they walk through the building and notice suddenly there's a beautiful image on the wall. Or it might be that they have time to go on a longer journey and sort of unfold the layers for themselves by listening to sound or going on the whole route around the library.
Place your ear to my surface. Fold your body into a corner. Inside a book, a story within a story. The story of what's lost and found.
This project has been extraordinary on many levels, not least in terms of chance and coincidence. The fact that we're sitting in the former house of William Ewart, the MP who campaigned for free public libraries and actually brought the public library into being, is an extraordinary fact. And that's just one little chance coincidence that's kind of been with us amongst the layers of the project.
Who's escaped those weary 20th century blues?
We're in Teddington today, and the collective of artists based here are the Kennel project. They've been here for a number of weeks, months, doing research bits, talking to the library, and being in the site and the space really to see how they want to respond.
When we came here, we were particularly struck by the fact that this library's got a lot of different layers to it anyway. It's a Carnegie library, but it's also got these sort of modern layers that have been put on top of it, and it made us really start thinking about layers of history and how actually when you think about history, it just seems to go on forever. Where do you begin? Where does history begin? So Noel Coward is obviously one of the elements, because Noel Coward was born in Teddington, and we decided that we would see Noel Coward as like the epitome of sophisticated, civilised humanity, which is very different to perhaps humanity as a hunter-gatherer who killed bears. So we're sort of looking at those as 2 different ends of a scale. We had an idea that we wanted to put a bear in a library because bears feature a lot in folk tales, and there's a whole mythology of the bear. Even in classical Greek mythology, bears have had some kind of featuring that's why they're one of the constellations is a bear.
I think anything that might attract a new audience into the library first off is fantastic from our point of view. And of course it works both ways, because the traditional library user is also possibly getting to see something that they might not have seen as well. So I think it's a good thing, and I can see it continuing as libraries kind of evolve into community spaces beyond books. This seems like a really natural thing to do.
As a library assistant and getting to kind of experience all of this sort of firsthand, it's made me smile quite a lot really, because you get to see all the reaction of the general public that come in, all different walks of life that come in, that wouldn't maybe perhaps normally be used to this kind of environment, I suppose.
Well, I think that it's a really good project in terms of arts and libraries working together. I've worked with our arts service over many years and different things, but this is the first time, over the Dance in Libraries project, the first time we've come together to create such a important performance space within our library building.
I'm really excited about these last 2 years, and I think we're really hoping that this is going to inspire more collaborations between libraries and performances and performers, and really shows people how you can take theatre and the arts outside of the normal situations. And so yeah, let's hope that we'll see more dance in libraries in the next few years.
20th century blues.